All right, I'm going to go through a few examples for point slope form. If you look at our ninth grade formula sheet, which I put this in Google Classroom, this is the formula sheet that we're going to be using for the STAR test. And by the time you get to the end of the year, you're going to know all of these formulas, okay? So right now we're on linear functions, and so far we've seen standard form, slope-intercept form, and we've seen slope of a line, okay? What's new is going to be point slope form, okay? So the difference is, like, if I'm looking at a equation that's in slope intercept form, I'm going to know my slope and my y-intercept. So guess what they're going to give me in point slope form? They're going to give me a point and a slope, okay? Your slope is going to be before the parentheses, and your x1 is here and your y1 is here. So they're going to give me a slope and a point. So let's look at an example. And I'm going to just use an example that's on IXL, which you guys hate so much. So, like I said, I'm going to know my slope and a point. Then from here, I'm going to write out my formula so I know what to do. All right. So my slope is here. My x1 coordinate is here. And my y1 coordinate is going to be here. So when I write it out, my slope is -1/2, and my point is going to be 2, 4. Notice I took the positive that's here, and that's because in our formula we have a negative, okay? So it has to be the opposite. So I want you to write points will be opposite. So that means if in the formula or if my equation I have -2, I'm going to take out +2. And if I have -4, I'm going to take out +4. Okay, and you'll see a little bit more tomorrow when we get into writing equations why that's like that. So the only difference here is instead of starting with our y-intercept or our b, we're going to be starting with this point that they gave us. So what's going to happen is I'm going to plot 2, 4. And then I'm still going to move with my slope. So this is my rise, this is my run. So I'm going to go down 1 over 2 each time. So down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. Then up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, so on and so forth. And then I draw my line. And that's it. Okay, let's do one more example. Oh, and I actually should have done it. So let's actually put it here. So we got 2, 4, and then let's see if IXL says we did it right. Let's see. All right, now IXL says we got it. So again, I am gonna have M equal, and then my x1, y1. So my M is gonna be -1/2. That's before. Okay, and let's do this. Let's write our formula just in case we need that as a guide, because I know you guys are still new at this. So that's my slope. Now I want my x1, okay, which will be here. So remember I said it's going to be the opposite, so that's going to be +6. And my y1, they have +5 there, so that means I want -5. Okay, so from here, I'm going to plot my point that I started with. So I'm going to plot 6, -5. So 6, -5. Okay, then I'm going to go down 1 over 2. down 1 over 2 each time. So to get the rest of these, up 1 over 2. So my slope is negative, so I have to make sure that my slope is going down from, or my line is going down from left to right. Okay, and my line looks something like that. Okay, and that's my answer. So let's go back to IXL. Let's make sure that we got it right. So I'm gonna have +6 and -5, which is here. Okay, then down 1 over 1, and let's submit, and we got it correct.